very sorry to run a little bit late. So we'll get started. Warm welcome to you all. So we'll come onto our mats, into our foundation, our mountain posture. Bring the ankle and toe joints touch. Lift the thighs through lock. Do the other one down. You can use the lower panel to just control that breathing. Lift and roll the shoulders up like that. And just place the palms beside you. Lift the crown of the head. Feel that lengthening through the spine. May need to tuck the tailbone. Then just lift the toes, rock the weight onto the heels, spread the toes, bring them back down into the earth. Then just take a moment to take some deep, smooth breaths. As you're breathing, just feel each inhalation, each exhalation leaving the body. Begin to control and focus your mind on your practice, this class. Just scan the body, see how you feel. Any niggles you can work towards, but just be aware there may be any underlying problems. Any pain, just back off from any of the postures. These postures can be quite taxing on the back, particularly the lower back and hamstrings. So just be aware of that as you go through the postures. So let's start with the first pranayama breath. We'll do 2 sets. Bring the hands nice and tight together. Arms grip, elbows to touch, under the chin, thumbs touching the throat. Breathe in. Second breath, exhale, relax the neck through the mouth. So just warming up the body, take it nice and easy on this first set. Just breathing the oxygen into the lungs. Smooth, controlled breathing. We're not doing the back bend, we're just relaxing that neck on every second exhalation. So stay with your rhythm. Try and hear the sound of the breath. Let's go for 3 more. 2 more. 1 more set. And release. Maybe roll, shift the arms, roll the wrists. When you're ready, we'll go for the second set. Bring the hands a little tighter. Elbows to touch. Under the chin. Breathe in. Again, stay with your rhythm. Hear that sound of the breath. And as you're breathing in, just see if you can raise those elbows a little bit higher towards the ceiling on each inhalation. And then on the exhalation, try and bring the elbows to touch. Let's go for 3. 2. 1 more set. And release. Again, roll the shoulders, shake the arms, roll the wrists if you wish. Okay, now we work the spine in 4 directions. So nice and easy on the first set, just going to warm the body up. So again, we come back to our mountain posture, our first position, Tadasana. Just bring the hands to the heart, lift the thighs through, do the other one, and then just lift the crown. And again, they need to tuck that tail down. So we're breathing up, steeple up, palms together, where you can interlock the thumbs or interlock the fingers if you wish. Then stretch up, look up, back to your eyes or your gaze point, your drishti point. Then breathe up from the base and out from the left hip. So we're lifting up and out, and then coming over, particularly using that exhalation. As you come over, gently drift that left hip out. Keep the hips straight. That tends to make the outer leg light. So try and drift into that hip, helps with the stability through the legs. Take 1 more breath. Breathe. your peripheral vision. Just relax the shoulders and gently breathe. Biceps towards the ears. Take one more breath. Breathe your way back up. And stretch up. Look down. Bend your knees until you can't see the toes. Look up past your fingers and thumbs. Relax the neck. Gently bringing those fingers back. And at the same time, gently bringing those hips forward. And just use the breath, lifting the heart to the ceiling. Feed those fingers back. Take one more breath. Breathe your way up. Stretch up, lovely forward fold. To begin with, for the first set particularly, maybe bend the legs. Place the hands on the thighs, walk the hands down. Stomach, ribs and chest onto those thighs. So it's important we bring the torso and thighs into contact, so you can bend the knees as much as you need. Nice tight grip around the ankles. Tuck the elbows. Then relax the neck, a little shake of the head. And then gently start to work those hamstrings. Bring the crown towards the earth. Let's take one more breath. And bring the palms together. And stretch out, nice big semicircle. Stretch up, look up. Relax the neck. And release. And breathe. Second set is the same, except we bring in 2 preparation breaths, which are our tick-over breaths. And so heart steepen up, look up, arms together, back of the eyes are your gaze point. So find a fixed point in front of you, check those biceps, breathe up from the base. Now, with the left hip, so tick over for 1 breath. Tick over for a 2nd breath. Now inhale and 2. Lifting and lengthening. Don't forget, drift into the left hip. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Breathing your way down. And then breathe your way back up. Breathe up from the base. Now from the right hip. Again, drift that weight into that right hip. Lifting and lengthening for a 2nd breath. Now inhale and 2. Lifting and lengthening. Inhale and 1. We're not collapsing at the waist. Lifting, lengthening, and then breathe your way up. Stretch up. Bend the knees. Look down so you can't see your toes. Look up past your fingers and thumbs. Extend the fingers towards the ceiling. Gently bring those hips forward. Relax the neck again. And then breathe the fingers back. We tick over for 1 breath. Tick over for a 2nd breath. Now inhale and 2. Lift the heart to the ceiling. Keep the fingers moving. Inhale and 1. Gently drift those hips forward. Use all of the exhalation. Breathe your way back up. And stretch up. Look down. Half circle, hands on thighs if you wish, stomach, ribs and chest onto those thighs, nice tight grip around the ankles, tuck the elbows, head a little shake, and then bring the crown towards the earth. Make sure that torso and thighs are in contact, and you can use biceps to just breathe the crown towards the earth, and over time, breathe the forehead towards the shins. So 1 more breath. Then hands together, semicircle, stretch up, look up, relax the neck. And back of the eyes on the adjustment point. Breathe up from the base. And out from the left hip. So we tick over for 1. Tick over. The 2nd breath. Again, push those fingers to the ceiling and over to the side. Now inhale and 3. Lifting and lengthening. Inhale and 2. Breathe your way down. Again, drift into that left hip. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Breathe that top arm over. Beautiful stretch at the left side of the body. And then breathe your way back. Breathe up from the base, down from the right hip. As we tick over for one breath. Again, just check your biceps and peripheral vision. For a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Lifting and lengthening. Inhale and 2. Drifting into the right hip. Top arm comes up and over. Inhale 1. Use all of the exhalation. And then breathe your way back up. And stretch up, look down, bend the knees to your calves and your toes, look up, arch your fingers and thumbs. Push the fingers to the ceiling if you can. Relax the neck. Gently drift things forward, relax the neck again. And then work those fingers back. So tick over for one breath. Tick over. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Lift the heart towards the ceiling. Keeping those fingers moving. Inhale and 2. Gently drifting those hips a little further forward. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Breathe your way back up. And another. Nice big semicircle, forward hips, use the hands on the thighs if you wish. Stomach ribs, chest onto those thighs. Nice tight grip, tuck the elbows, with the crowns on the floor. And then use a bicep stretch. Don't bring any tension into the shoulders, crowns on the floor, forehead towards the shoulders. If you lift the rib lock, the lower tummy muscles, helps to create a little bit more space in the lower belly. We're bringing the torso onto the thighs. Take one more breath. Then breathe your way back up. Stretch up, look up, relax the neck. And release. And breathe. Okay, now we have our awkward posture. Utkatasana. So when you're ready, always come back to our first position for all of our standings. So mountain posture, ankle and toe joints, lift the thighs, the rib lock, the elbow. Bring the hands to the heart. Lift that crown, tuck the tailbone, just feel that opening through the spine. You're going to breathe the toes out, then the heels. Make sure the feet are directly under the hips. So you don't want to be too wide, neither too narrow. So just right, so you can bend the knees and feel that weight. Try and get an even distribution of the feet. Lift the toes, extend the arms, so about shoulder height. So relax the shoulders but extend the arms and fingers. Then begin to sit deep, feed the weight back by pushing the hips behind you. Drift that weight back onto the heels so the front of the feet become light. As we tick over for one breath. Tick over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Lift the toes. Try and drift that weight back into your heels. Inhale and 2. Sit a little deeper. And then lift the torso. Inhale and 1. Relax the arms and relax the shoulders, but extend the arms and fingers. Breathe your way back up. And come up onto the toes. Kick the heels. You can lean forward if you wish. Otherwise, bend the knees and then try and sit deep. You're trying to bring the back vertical if you can, so you can lift the hips and push them forwards. Tick over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Keep the heels. Inhale and 2. Sitting deeper. Inhale and 1. Relax the shoulders, but extend the arms and fingers. And then breathe your way up. I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see the posture. First, bring the ankle toe joints touch, pure balance if you're experienced. Then hands down, knees down. Bring the ankles to touch if you can. Then breathe the way back onto the heels. There's no pain in the toes. It'll take a long time before you can free up and help those toes become supple. Arms parallel. Then just drop your gaze to about a metre in front of your knees and gently breathe that way back. The toes will take enormous pressure before the knees feel light. You can start to feel balance. So we take over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Breathing the way back onto those toes. Inhale and 2. Inhale and 1. Absorb the exhalation. Then breathe the way up. Knees down, hands down, push. Then you can have a calf grip or fold the elbows. To begin with, you can place the hands onto the floor. That helps with your balance. Then relax the neck, chin to collarbone. You may have a slight gap in the knees if you wish. Then just use the breath to soften into the posture. And over time, aim to try and breathe the heels down towards the earth. This can take time and patience, so there's no rush. Just use that breath. Just take one more breath. And come up nice and easy with the knees and backs. Or come to 90 and push off and land on your toes. And jump. You can do exactly the same for the next one. Hands to the heart, toes out, heels out. Lift the toes, extend the arms. Sit deep. Drift that weight back by pushing the hips back behind you. Then lift the torso. So you take over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Lift the toes. Breathe the weight back onto the heels, front of the foot is light. Inhale and 2. Sit a little deeper. Extend the arms and fingers. Inhale and 1. Lift the torso, lift the ground. And breathe your way back up. Come up onto the toes. I'll turn to the side for this one. Come up onto the toes. Keep the heels. And then sit deep. Try and keep that back nice and vertical. Oops. Tick over 1. Tick over. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Kick the heels. Inhale and 2. Relax the shoulders but extend the arms and fingers. Inhale and 1. Straighten the back, lift the crown. Then breathe your way back up. Again, if you're balancing, if you're experienced. Otherwise, ankle and toe joints, hands down, knees down. Arms parallel, gaze point to the floor, meter in front of your knees, breathe that way back onto those toes. And just use that breath to continue to breathe the way back, as long as there's no pain in the toes. Any pain, just back off. Just go to where you're working. Let's take one more breath. Hands down, knees down. Nice cross grip, fold the elbows. Hands on the floor if you wish. Relax the neck, chin to collarbone. Tune back into that breathing. Deep, slow, smooth, considered breathing. Soften into the shoulders. Excuse me. Relax in that neck. Take one more breath. Come up nice and easy for knees and backs. Come to 90 and jump. Your choice. Okay, when you're ready, Dhy Digital, which is our eagle posture. So again, coming back to our first position, bring the hands to the heart. Try and expand the chest sideways, but also try and expand it forwards and back. So try and feel that breath into the side and the back of the lungs. Hands to the heart, everything lifted, feel that lift through the spine. Breathe the arms wide, chest deep, then left under right. Cross to where you can, into full if possible, square the shoulders. Breathe up, left knee. So nice high knee, feel that knee light, drift to the ceiling. Lean forward, bend the standing leg. Find your gaze point. Take it across as you wish. Drape the back of the knee onto the standing knee. May even have toes on the ground to begin with. Otherwise, knee to elbow, hold, kick, and then wrap. And we're trying to wrap the foot around the standing leg. Sit deep. Feel that crease in the top of the legs. Lift the torso. Gently edge the elbows away, hands to the face as we tick over for 1. Tick over. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Pulling down on elbows and shoulders. Feel that lovely stretch across the top and back of the shoulders. Inhale and 2. Sit a little deeper. Then lift the torso. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And then breathe your way up. Knee stable if you can. Release. Second side. Arms wide, chest deep. Right on the left. Across to where you can. In full. Square the shoulders. Lean the right knee to the ceiling. Then standing leg. Lean forward. Take it across as you wish. Otherwise, knee to elbow. Hold. Kick. And then back. And then sit deep. As you sit deep, just draw back into the right hip. Help to keep those hips nice and square to the front. Gently edge the elbows away, hands to the face. Tick over for 1. Tick over. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Pulling down on elbows and shoulders. Inhale and 2. Lift the torso. Sitting deeper. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Breathe your way up. Knee to ceiling if you can. And release. Second side. Arms wide, chest deep. Left under right. Cross the way you can. Square the shoulders. Knee to the ceiling, nice and light. Feel that knee as light drifting up to the ceiling. Lean forward, bend the standing leg. Take it across as you wish. Otherwise, knee to elbow, hold, kick, wrap. And then sit deep. Feel that crease at the tops of the legs. Draw back on the left hip. So ankle, knee, elbows, hands in alignment. Lift the torso. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Pulling down the elbows and shoulders. Feel that beautiful stretch across the top of the back. Inhale and 2. Sitting deep up. Then lift the torso. Inhale and 1. Breathe your way back up. Breathe deep ceiling. And release. Last side. Arms wide. Chest deep. Right hand to left. Cross the way you can. In full. Breathe up. Right knee. Nice high knee. Lean forward, bend the standing leg. Take it across as you wish. Otherwise, knee to elbow. Hold. Kick. And then wrap. And then sit deep. Draw back on that right hip. Tick over for 1. Tick over. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Pulling down on elbows and shoulders. Inhale and 2. Sit a little deeper. Inhale and 1. As all of the exhalation, lift the torso and breathe your way up. Knee to ceiling. And breathe. Okay, as we're not in the studio, we will come back to the record, which is our breath of retention. So we're going to take a few breaths. So as I just go through this, if you could just come into posture, so bring your hands aside, do everything lifted, lift that crown, feel that lengthening through the spine. Just begin to take some smooth deep breaths. As we're breathing all the way up to the collarbone, and then we're exhaling all the way down to the base. We're trying to slow the breath. Nice considered breathing, slow, controlled breath. Breathing all the way down to the base. Let's take 2 more breaths, and on the next breath, after that, we're going to hold the breath and lift the crown to the ceiling. Breathing all the way up to the collarbone, and then exhaling. And then on the next breath, we're going to breathe all the way up. Expand the lungs to the front, side, back of the lungs, the collarbone, lock it off, so hold the breath. No getting dizzy, so you just release the breath when you need. Lift and roll the shoulders up, back and down. Bring the palms beside you, then lift the crown towards the ceiling. Count for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, we have 3 one-leg standing postures. So when you're standing on one leg, try not to hyperextend the knee back, but have a slight bend in the knee, an active spine, whichever leg you're standing on. Do be aware of the hamstrings and the lower back, some of these next 3 postures, and they're a little more cardiovascular. So just see how you're feeling today as you go through the postures. So to begin with, we always come back to our first position, a mountain posture. Lift the thighs, breathe up, in the upper button. We're drawing that tummy button back to the spine. Lift and roll the shoulders. Bring the hands to the heart. Lift the crown to the ceiling. Make the knees tuck the tailbone. And roll the shoulders back and down. Breathe up. Beg your pardon. The right knee. And then just have a nice high grip on the knee. And we're allowing that knee to feel light. Breathing up towards the ceiling. Not just turn to the side. So you may be here today, which is absolutely fine. Main thing is to try and keep that back nice and straight, not leaning backwards, not falling forwards. Nice and straight. The time you can use the biceps, breathe that knee back into the chest. The knee is high enough, you can start to walk the hands, otherwise stay in this part of the posture. As we tick over for 1, your gaze point should be onto the floor in front of you about 1 meter. Tick over, second breath. Now inhale and 3, kicking forward. Inhale and 2, stretching forward. Inhale and 1, breathe the crown to the foot. And then breathe your way back up. And release. Second side. Hands to the heart, everything lifted, roll the shoulders, breathe up the left knee. So allow the knee to feel light, drift to the ceiling. Nice high grip, tuck the elbows, your gaze points onto the floor, and then over time breathe the knee up to the ceiling and then in towards the chest. So tick over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Kicking forward. Inhale and 2. Stretching forward. Try and extend through the crown so you're lengthening to get lower. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation and breathe your way back up. And release. Second set. I'll just turn to the side so that I can show you the variation. When you're ready, hands to the heart, everything lifted to the background, roll the shoulders, breathe up the right knee, so nice high knee up and in towards the chest. As you tick over for 1, you can start to walk the hands on the foot, 2, and if you come forward, try and straighten up first. Now inhale and 3, kicking forward. So you drift the heel away, toes to the body, soften the knee. Inhale and 2. Gently bend those elbows, breathe them towards the calf. Inhale on one, forehead to the crown to the foot, forehead towards the chin. And then breathe your way back up. The way you went in. Last side. Roll the shoulders, breathe up the left knee, nice and knee. Knees up towards the chest. Start to pull those hands as we tick over for one. Hands under the foot. Second breath. Straighten up the back, gaze point to the floor. Inhale and 3. Kicking forward, heel away, toes to the body. Inhale and 2. Gently bend the elbows towards the calves. Inhale on 1, crown to the foot, forehead to the shin. And then breathe your way back up. The way you went in. And release. Okay, now we have the standing bow. So we're ready. Come into our mountain posture. Ankle and toe joints touch, lift the thighs through the lift the crown, left through the spine, right elbow, right hip. You kick the leg, nice tight grip on the foot, ankle, shin. So just turn to the side. If you can bring the hand inside the foot, that helps to keep the shoulder open. You can bring it to the outside, but you'll notice the shoulder closes, slightly different posture. When you're ready, opposite arm high. Breathe the knees to touch, and then look up, so keep your gaze up. And as you come forward, feed the knee away behind you, try and keep both hips nice and square to the front. And then lean, and tip, and kick. And over time, the foot begins to lift. So you tick over for one breath. Tick over, second breath. Now inhale and 3. Kick the leg. Try and kick the front of the foot as hard as you can into the palm. It helps with the elevation, but relax the shoulder. Kicking, not pushing, pulling. Inhale and 2. Opposite arm high. Keep your chin up and your gaze up. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation and breathe your way back up. And release. Everything lifted, left elbow, left hip, keep the leg, nice tight grip, knees to touch, opposite arm high, lift the chin as you come forward, feed the knee away, and then lean and tip and kick. As we tick over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3, kick the leg, and try and push that foot into the hand. Inhale and 2, opposite arm high. Inhale and 1. Breathe your way back. Release. Breathe. Second set. Right elbow, right hip. Keep the leg. Nice tight grip. Soften the shoulder. Knees to touch. Opposite arm high, lift the chin and gaze wide. You can see your bicep in your peripheral vision. Just try and relax the shoulder, breathe it back. Hips nice and square. And forward, knee away, lean and tip. And kick. So you tick over for the second breath. Now inhale and 3. Kick hard into that hand. Inhale and 2. Opposite arm high, keep the chin up, keep your gaze up. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And then breathe your way back up. Last side. Left elbow, left hip. Kick the leg, nice tight grip, foot ankle shin. Knees to touch, opposite arm high. Check your bicep. As you come forward, knee away, lean and tip, kick. As we tick over for 1, tick over. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Kick the leg. Kick hard into the hand. Inhale and 2. Opposite arm high. Keep your chin up, keep your gaze up. Find your dressing point. Inhale and 1. Is all of the exhalation. And breathe your way back up. And breathe. And breathe. Okay, now we have a T posture. So we're trying to come round the dial, be in a nice straight line. So try and imagine how you might look from the side, and try not to bend the leg or drop the arms. So we're trying to be in a nice straight line between the tip of the fingers and the tip of the toes. Even if we start here today, that's absolutely fine. And then over time, you come forward. And as you come forward, just be aware that sometimes the raised leg, hip will begin to lift and twist towards the ceiling. Try and resist that. Breathe the hip down towards the earth. Then you come round the arm. Then you extend through the toes, the fingers. Second set only for experience. And if your hamstrings allow, come forward. You can walk the hands back. Same hand, same leg. Then just tuck the elbows, bring the crown to the floor, forehead towards the earth, and try to keep that back leg nice and straight. Then coming up, keep the arms in the air between sets. And then between sides we drop the arms. So when you're ready, ankle and toe joints, everything lifting, steeple up, look up, palms together. Back of your eyes, just check your biceps, breathe up. Right leg, nice high knee, nice big step. Firm foundation, and roundabouts where you're working. As you tick over for 1. Again, just be aware of that raised hip. Just drop it nice and square. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Point the toes. Try and point the toes as far away as you can behind you with the toenails facing the earth. Inhale and 2. Extend the arms and push the fingers away. Nice straight arms. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And then breathe your way back up. Steeple up. Keep the arms in the air. Look up past your fingers and thumbs. Then look back in your eyes. And breathe up, left knee, nice high knee, nice big step. Square the hips, then come round the dial to be working. As we tick over 1, dropping that raised hip. We drop the hip towards the earth. Now inhale and 3. Point the toes. Inhale and 2. Expand the arms, expand the fingers. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And then breathe your way back up. Steeple up, look up. Relax the neck and release. Just take a couple of breaths. This can double your heart rate. So just try and use that breath to calm the heart rate. So we're slowing the heart rate down. Smooth, deep, considered breathing. And as the breath begins to calm the heart, in turn helps to calm the body, which in turn helps to calm and clear the mind. You're ready to go for the second set. Bring the hands to the heart, everything lifted, steeple up, look up, palms together, back of the eyes, gaze point onto the ground. Breathe up, right knee, nice high knee, nice big step. Firm foundation. Square the hips and round the arms where you're working. Again, only if the hamstrings allow. Just be aware of the hamstrings and the glutes. Same hand, same leg. With crown to the floor, forehead towards the chin. As we take over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Point the toes. Try and point the toes away from you. Inhale and 2. Relax the shoulders but extend the arms and fingers. If you're in splits, same hand, same leg. Full crown towards the earth. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Crown to the floor, forehead to the shin in splits. Back leg nice and straight. And then breathe your way up. Steeple up, look up. Relax the neck. And then look back in your eyes. Breathe up the opposite knee, so the left knee, nice high knee, nice big step. Firm foundation. Come round the dome. Gaze points to the floor as we tick over for 1. Tick over the second breath. Now inhale and 3. Point the toes. Toenails coming towards the earth. Inhale and 2. Extend the arms. Fingers, crown towards the floor if you're in splits, same hand, same leg. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. If you're in splits, crown to the floor, forehead to the shin. And then breathe your way up. Steeple up, look up, relax the neck. And release. And breathe. And again, just take a couple of breaths, trying to slow that heart rate, calming the body, calming the mind. Okay, now we have a lovely forward bend. So, the feet are approximately wrist width distance. If you extend the arms and fingers, the wrists and ankles come into alignment. Lift the thighs, tuck the tailbone, and just gently turn the toes in slightly, so you're slightly picking toes. Hands to the heart. Extend the arms and fingers. Take a big inhalation. Relax in the neck. And then use all of the exhalation to fold forward. Back nice and straight. Legs nice and straight. Have hands on the thighs, the hamstrings, the shins, the calves. And we're breathing the crown down to the forehead towards the earth. And then the crown. And then we're looking through the legs. And trying to keep that back nice and straight. So you tick over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Breathe your way down. You're trying to breathe the crown of the head down towards the earth eventually. Inhale and 2. Use all of the exhalation. Look through the legs. Inhale and 1. And then breathe your way back up. Extend the arms, fingers, relax the neck. And release. If your head is comfortably on the floor, you can just bring the feet in slightly. And if not, it's available. You can just slightly widen your spine, but just be aware of the inner thighs and the hamstrings. Extend the arms, fingers, relax the neck, big inhalation. Then breathe your way forward, fold at the hips, straight back, straight legs. Breathing all the way down. Hands on thighs, hamstrings, shins, calves, ankles. Breathe the crown towards the floor. And then try and keep the back nice and straight. And we're gently drifting the weight just towards the toes as we tick over for a second breath. Now inhale and 3. Breathe your way down. Inhale and 2. Looking through the legs or look up to the navel. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And then breathe your way back up. Nice straight back, straight legs. Look up, relax the neck, and release. Okay, now we have Trikonasana. So when we're ready, same distance with the feet, so the wrist width distance. This time bring the hands to the heart. You're going to steeple up, look up. Back at the eyes, just check with your biceps. So if they're in front, just try and relax the shoulders and try and drift them back towards the ears. Point them to the ceiling. Extend the arms, extend the fingers. Turn the left foot in. Turn the right foot out. Bend the leading leg. Try and make sure that the foot is in line with the knee. Hips and shoulders are nice and straight to the front. Then sink into that leading leg. And And as you sink, try and drop that left hip. And then windmill down. Bring the forearm between the wrist and the elbow onto the thigh. Left arm comes up to touch the ceiling. Otherwise, you bring the elbow to the knee, bring fingers down to the big toe joint. No pressure on the floor or the foot. Just let rest them on that big toe joint. And then we extend the crown away, looking up past the fingers and thumbs. The second breath. Now inhale and 3. Stretching up, looking up. Look up past your fingers and thumbs. Inhale and 2. On the exhalation, twist the torso towards the raised arm. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Then breathe your way back up. Steeple up, look up. Back at the eyes. Turn the left down. Bend the leading leg. Extend the arms, windmill down. Dropping that right hip. So if you find that you're in this position, just try and extend, breathe the knee forward, between the ankle and the big toe joint. Right arm to the ceiling, stretching out, looking up. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Stretching up, try and touch the ceiling with those fingertips. Looking up past your fingers and thumbs. Inhale and 2. On the exhalation, twist the torso towards the raised arm. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And then breathe your way back up. Steeple up, look up. Back at the eyes. Extend the arms and fingers. And release. You jump or step the feet or leave them exactly where they are because it's exactly the same distance. Hands to the heart. Steeple up, look up. Back at the eyes. Slight variation with the arms. Extend the arms and fingers, turn the right foot down, bend the leading leg, hips and shoulders nice and square to the front, drop that left hip. And as you come down, this time the arm comes up and over, so the bicep is on the ear, and then you continue to extend fingers, if you wish, you're flexible enough, bring the hands to the outside of the foot, and then we're looking up past those fingers and thumbs. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Stretching out. So stretch those fingers away, palms to the floor. Inhale and 2. On the exhalation, just try and see if you can twist that torso towards the raised arm. Keep it nice and square with hips and shoulders. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Then breathe your way back up. Steeple up, look up. Back at the eyes. Extend the arms and fingers, turn the left foot out. Bend the leading leg. Hips and shoulders nice and square. Windmill down. Arm comes up and over so your bicep comes onto the ear. Then extend those fingers away. If you wish, bring the hands to the outside of the foot. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Stretching out. Just stretch those fingers away, palms facing towards the earth. Inhale and 2. On the exhalation, twist that torso towards the raised arm. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And breathe your way up. Steeple up. Look up. Relax the neck. And release. And breathe. Okay, now we have one set of the next 2 postures. We have reverse or revolving triangle, and then reverse square. So the stance for this is a little narrower. So if you bring your fingers together or just overlap the fingernail slightly, we're looking at your elbows and your ankle joints being in alignment if possible. So then bring the hands to the heart. Steeple up, look up. Back in your eyes, turn the left foot in, and the right foot out. Now as I turn, my hips are off at an angle. So if I bring my back foot round, you can either work in like a train track, or if you wish, you can bring the heel a little closer in alignment with the front foot. Both legs are nice and straight. Then twist those hips by drawing back your right hip. Stiffen up, relax the neck, big inhalation, and as you come forward, both legs nice and straight, back nice and straight. Opposite arm to the leading leg, so on the thigh, shin, the ankle, foot, eventually onto the outside of the foot. Left arm, right arm comes up to the ceiling, and then lift, extend the crown, looking up past your fingers and thumbs. So you tick over for the second breath. Now inhale and 3. Stretching up, looking up. Try and look past your fingers and thumbs. Inhale and 2. On the exhalation, twist the torso towards the raised arm. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation, bring the palms together, stretch up, come back to center. Turn the right foot in, left foot out. Again, those hips will be offline. So just bring that back foot round, draw back into the left hip, hips nice and square to the front, relax the neck, big inhalation. As you come forward, opposite arm to the leading leg, shin, ankle, foot, eventually onto the outside foot, left arm comes up to the ceiling, and lift, look up past your fingers and thumbs. So take over the second breath. Now inhale and 3. Stretching up, looking up. Try and touch the ceiling with your fingers, palm facing to the front of you. Inhale and 2. On the exhalation, twist the torso towards the raised arm. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation, then breathe your way back up to center. Stiffen up, look up, relax the neck, and release. And breathe. Always come back to the breath. Breath is the main priority in all of our postures. So do try and keep that breath nice, even flow. Now we have 2 more postures, standing and then down onto the floors. We have Utkatasana, fierce posture. Then come to hands touch. Hands to the heart, tuck the tailbone, lift the crown, feel that left through the spine. Lift the thighs, the rib block. And then bow to 45. Bend the knees, and sit deep. And then look up. Then extend the fingers away from you. Try and keep the arms nice and straight. Then try and relax the rear shoulders, pushing the fingers through the ceiling. Sit a little deep up. So tick over for 1. Tick over. Second breath. Now inhale and 3. Try and keep the fingers moving, looking past your fingers and thumbs. Inhale and 2. Sit a little deeper, but try and keep the back nice and straight. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. And breathe your way back up. Steepen up, look up, relax the neck, and release. And breathe. Last standing tree. Bring the hands to the heart. Roll the shoulders. And breathe up the right knee. Nice high grip, tuck the elbows, bring the knees to the ceiling. Then you can walk the hands, support the ankle. And then breathe the ankle onto the hip. In line with the femur into your thigh bone. Relax the groin, relax the knee, don't push. Just allow it to soften. Maybe into half, maybe full. If you start to feel yourself wobbling, just try and lift that crown to the ceiling, and that helps with the stability. Then I'm going to take 3 smooth, controlled deep breaths. 3. And we're starting to slow that heart rate, calming the heart rate down. 2. Just tune into the breath, it helps to calm the body. 1. Which in turn helps to calm and clear the mind. And then support the ankle, support the knee. These keep it flexible if you wish. Last side, hands to the heart. And then roll the shoulders, breathing up. to thigh, relax the groin and knee to half or full, lift the crown, and again 3 deep breaths. 3, slowing that heart rate, it's calming that heart down. 2, helping to calm the body. Again, if you begin to move or wobble, lift the crown. 1, calming and clearing the mind. Then support the ankle, support the knee, and release. Okay, well done. So we're down to the floors. So when you're ready, we're lying on our back. Bring the ankle and toe joints to touch. And then gently begin to breathe the knees up to the ceiling. As you breathe the knees up, just try and allow the back to soften and flatten into the earth. They have a clasp grip. Gently continue breathing those knees towards the chest. At the same time, just rock side to side, up and down. Feel that weight into the lower spine. Trying to breathe flat onto the ground. And then extend the crown away from you. Gently roll those shoulders back and down in towards the earth. If you are able to fold the knees around fold the elbows around the knees, then please do. You tick over for 2. Now inhale and 3. Squeeze the knees in. Inhale and 2. Gently upcurl the hips and flatten as you breathe and exhale. Inhale and 1. Continue breathing the knees to the chest, and then release. Now we have our first sit-up. So no sit-ups if you have any issues with the neck and the back. You can, if you wish, roll onto one side and then come to a seated position. Or you can breathe the heels to the ceiling and use that as a counter posture. Breathe your way up. Otherwise, ankle and toe joints to touch. Hands in steeple, take a big inhalation, hold the breath, and then fire yourself forward. And then exhale as you come down. You have hands on the thighs, shins, the ankles, the feet. And eventually we're aiming to try and get the hands around the walls of the feet and interlock the thumbs. And then we're bringing the crown to the floor, birds at the foot, gently bending those elbows. So you can look up one side to side. Bring the crown to the foot, forward to the shin. Tick over for 1 breath. Tick over. The second breath. Now inhale and 3. Gently edge those heels away, toes to the body, softening the knees. Inhale and 2. Feel as though you're lifting and lengthening out of the waist. Nice straight back. Extending the crown away from you, longer to get lower. Inhale and 1. Gently bend those elbows towards the calves. Crown to the foot, forehead towards the shins. Use all of the exhalation, and then breathe your way back. Now we have a boat posture. So breathe the feet onto the floor if you can. Just try and breathe, shuffle. Sit bones a little closer to the heels. Bring the knees to touch. Bring the hands behind the legs onto the hamstrings. And then lift and lengthen through the crown and straighten the back. Try to get the torso and thighs as close as possible. If that's comfortable, lift the toes. And then just play with your balance. And over time you can begin to lift the heels. And then we'll start to extend the feet. We have 3 sets of 5. So point the toes. 4, look above your toes. 3, lift the torso, try and bring the thighs and torso closer together. 2, use the breath. 1, cross, lift, and reset. For 5, point the toes. 4, look above your toes. 3, lift the torso. 2, use the breath. 1, cross, lift, and reset. For 5, point the toes. 4, look above reset. And breathe. Okay, now we're coming down onto the floor. So lying on our tummies, we have 3 back strengthening postures. So bring the ankle toes onto touch. You can have a slight gap between the feet if you wish. We square the chin so the chin is nice and flat onto the floor. Bring the hands under the shoulders. And then tuck the elbows towards the body. And try and raise the shoulders towards the ceiling. Take it nice and easy on this first set. We're just going to lift the torso, point the toes away. Take a big inhalation and lift. Stretching up, looking up. Stay with that breath. Hear that sound. Point the toes. One last lift. And release. Head to one side. If it's available, try and bring the ear towards the earth. Now the hands up 45 degrees, palms facing the ground or the ceiling. Bring the toes together and allow the hips to fall out. The heels to fall out. And then you give some rest back to your lower back. When you're ready, second set. Square the chin, rise the back to the ground. Take a big inhalation. And lift, stretching up, looking up. Stay with that breath. Hear that sound. Point the toes. Looking up to the ceiling. One last lift. And release. Head to the other side. And breathe. When you're ready, we'll go with Supinasana. So bring the feet hip width or slightly wider than hips. Then we're extending the fingers out in front of us. Try not to use the rear shoulders to lift, but feel more as if you're extending the fingers away and pointing the toes away whilst lifting the thighs, and that will help with the elevation of the arms. So square the chin, nice and easy on the first step. Take a big inhalation and lift. So stretching out, relax the shoulders and the arms, point the toes, stay with that breath. One last lift and release. Head to the other side and breathe. Second set. Extend the arms, extend the fingers, square the chin, take a big inhalation and lift. Extend the arms, so relax the shoulders and extend the arms away, that's the elevation. Point the toes, lifting the thighs. Stay with that breath. One last lift and release. Head to the other side and breathe. Okay, now we have the floor. So gently bend the knees. Have a nice tight grip on the foot, the ankle, or the shin. The knees will be ultimately hip width distance, narrower, more experienced. And you relax the arms and shoulders because you're kicking into the legs, not pulling on them. At the same time, you're lifting the torso. So when you're ready, square the chin, nice and easy on the first step. Take a big inhalation and lift. Keep the legs. Stretching up, looking up. Stay with that breath. Hear that sound. One last kick. And release. Head to the other side. And breathe. Second set. Spread the chin, nice and flat to the floor. Gently bend the knees, nice tight grip on the ankle, foot, or chin. Take a big inhalation, relax the arms and shoulders, and lift and kick. Stretching up, looking up. Stay with that sound. One last kick, and lift, and release, and breathe. Head to the other side. Then just take a breath. Then we're coming up, fix down. So when you're ready, we're trying to sit between the heels. So have a space where you can gently try and breathe those hips between the heels. Now there's no pain in the lower back or the knees, and the knees are no longer lifting. If any of those three things are happening, just try and back out the posture. If you're not quite sat on the floor, bring the hands behind you, straighten the arms, relax the neck, and then just breathe and try and soften into the hips, bringing them down towards the earth. If you are sat comfortably on the earth, you can then come down one side then the other, onto the elbow. And then we're breathing our way back. And then trying to breathe the head and the shoulders onto the earth. And eventually you can fold the arms above the head. Just breathe and soften into the posture. Again, there's no pain in this posture. So, just use the breath, breathe your way down. As you're breathing, just see if you need to soften into the front of the feet, into the ankles, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, the neck. Just take one more breath here. And then on the next inhalation, either hold the breath or breathe your way up. Come up one side, then the other. Then we're coming in for our second sit-up. So ankle and toe joints to touch. Hands and steeple above your head. Take a big inhalation, fire the belly forward, exhale as you come down. Hands on thighs, shins, ankles, feet. Try and get that calf grip around the balls of the feet if you can. Gently bending the elbows towards the calves. And again, feel that lifting and lengthening through the crown as you try to get longer, to get lower. As you take over for the second breath. Now inhale and 3. Breathe your way down. Gently edge the heels away, toes to the body, and soften the knees. Inhale and 2. Lifting and lengthening. So you're lifting out of the waist, trying to flatten the back. So you're folding forward. Inhale and 1. Use all of the exhalation. Crown to the foot, forehead towards the shins, tuck the elbows towards the calves. Just relax and soften into the posture. And then breathe your way back up. And release. And we're coming to the back of our mats. Ankle and toe joints to touch. Sitting on the heels. And then lift the root block. Draw back. Lift and roll the shoulders. Bring the hands to the heart. Then your gaze points in front of you. Steeple up, look up past your fingers and thumbs. Back to your gaze point. You can see your biceps, just allow the rib shoulders to soften. Bring them back towards the ears. Take a big inhalation, hold the breath, folding forward. Then breathe the blade of the palms, the hands, forearms, the elbows, and eventually breathing the forehead onto the earth. We're trying to breathe stomach, ribs, and chest onto the floor. And over time, we're aiming to try and sit onto the heels. But if by sitting on the heels your forehead lifts onto the earth, just raise the buttocks slightly and bring the forehead back down. So on rare occasions of the third eye can rest. And then if you want to work rear shoulders, you can just shuffle the fingers forward a little further and extend the arms. And now bring your attention and focus purely to your breathing. Deep, smooth, controlled, considered breathing. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Try and extend each inhalation and exhalation in turn, maybe even overextend the exhalation. But the mind remains active. Any thoughts that come to mind, just allow them to drift in, just acknowledge them, and just allow them to just as easily drift away. You may come back and think about these things later. Bring your focus and attention purely to your breathing. Smooth, controlled breaths. As we soften and slow the breath, that helps to calm the heart rate, which in turn helps to calm the body, calm and clear the mind. So we'll take a few deep breaths here, smooth, controlled, considered breathing. More breaths here. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then on the next inhalation, either hold the breath or breathe your way up. You steeple up, look up, relax the back in your eyes, and then release. Now we have our spine twist, so you can sit to one side, and if you wish, you can have one leg in front of you and bring the opposite leg across, or just bring that knee, bend the knee, and try and leave enough space between the heel and the hips, or sit down, so that you can then sit comfortably on the floor. Opposite leg across, try and bring the foot as flat to the ground as you can, opposite arm to the lead knee. From the base of the palm to the base of the spine, and then lift and lengthen as we breathe, and we lift, and we twist, looking over that shoulder going away from you, looking at something new. Use all of the exhalation, all of the rotation, and release. Change sides, exactly the same on the opposite side. Opposite arms and leg, base of the palms, the base of the spine, and lift and lengthen. Try and keep the shoulders nice and square to the way you're moving. As we lift and we breathe, and we twist, looking over that shoulder going away from you. Try and breathe very sit bones down. Use all of the extension, all of the rotation and exhalation. And breathe your way back. And release. Okay, I think we will do the bellows breath, as we're not in the studio. This is a good exercise to end with before our final posture. So you can come to seated or kneeling, maybe half or full letters. And then breathe back nice and straight, lift the crown to the ceiling, and then just rest the arms. The hands onto the thighs. And then we're going to breathe in and then push the air out. So lift the root block, and as you exhale, try and give a little forceful exhalation. To begin with, we're going to clear the airways, so take a deep inhalation and then extend the tongue and exhale. And breathe in. 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, final posture, Kotsasana. So, lying on our backs. If you wish to take a Stheshavasana, you can either bring the hands and steeple above your head, ankle and toe joints touch, or just bring the hands 45 degrees and clench the fists. Take a big inhalation and hold the breath, go rigid. Extend through the fingers, toes, through the crown, lift the root block, and release. Then bring the arms 45 degrees. Bring the feet just slightly wider than the hips. Allow the feet to flop out to the side. Turn the palms to the ceiling, just relax the shoulders, and then just curl the fingers towards the palms. And then take a moment to find the most comfortable position for you. So try and soften into the posture, flatten the back. And now we're going to take a moment to try and soften the body. So with the head on the ground, just extend that crown away from you. And feel that lengthening through the spine. And then we're going to begin to soften all the muscles in the face. So focus on your face and soften the muscles all across the brow, the cheeks, down to the jaw. And then gently relax the jaw and open the mouth. We tend to hold some of our tension in the face, the jaw, and other parts of the body, such as the shoulders or the tummy. So just allow the body to soften. And then begin to soften all the muscles into the head. And then just relax the tongue, bring it down to the base of the mouth. Leave the mouth open. Then soften into the traps, the lats, delts, all the way down to the lower base. And then soften the front of the body, so the pecs, the abs, all the way down into the lower transverse abdominals, the obliques, serratos and intercostals. Then begin to soften into the arms, the triceps, biceps, arm extensors and flexors, all the way into the palms of the hand. And then soften the buttocks, the thighs, the hamstrings, the shins, the calves, all the way into the soles of the feet. And just simply allow the body to become supremely heavy. Stay breath awareness in this posture. Just allow the earth to support the body and melt into the earth. And that in turn allows your spirit to float. just people on the head. Take a big inhalation, hold the breath, go rigid, tighten every muscle in your body, extend through the fingers, through the toes, through the crown, lift the rib block, and release. And then gently breathe the knees up towards the chest. Give yourself a hard rock side to side. And then when you're ready, roll to your right side into a fetal position. And then just take a moment where you come back up seated. When you come to a seated position, hands to the heart, take a big inhalation, and then a big exhalation. There you are, you've finished your practice for the day. I'm Shanti. Thank you for attending the class. And hopefully it won't be too long before we're back in the studio. Enjoy the rest of your day, and see you next time.